Donald Trump over the years has faced a number of different allegations of both sexual harassment and sexual assault. He has, in fact, on tape bragged about the sexual assaults that he has performed, but we've moved on, it's normalized, I guess it's not a big deal. However, there's a new allegation, this time from a woman, a former staffer of Donald Trump, who says that she was assaulted by Donald Trump during the actual campaign, which is a first from these accusers. This is Alva Johnson, who joins at least 16 other women who've reported sexual misconduct by Trump spanning decades, including several reports that directly mirror Johnson's allegations. She says that Trump grabbed her hand and leaned in to kiss her on the lips as he exited an RV outside of a rally in Tampa back in August of 2016. Johnson said she turned her head and the unwanted kiss landed on the side of her mouth. She also says that she told her boyfriend, mother, and stepfather about the allegations on the day that it occurred. All three of those confirmed that she did that to the Washington Post. And she's also said in interviews that are just beginning to be held that because she did not speak up at the time, and in fact spoke favorably of Donald Trump while pursuing positions and things like that that he might have authority over, she continues to have a great deal of regret and trauma mentally over the role that she played, perhaps.
So every time
obviously she should not have those feelings, but she does have.
Well,
those
these stories come out all the time when people have been sexually assaulted or even worse, that they don't necessarily tell, and then the reasons behind it or why. It fits right with it. So whenever we keep dispelling the real studies and the real reasons that's given by people why victims do things like this, and then it happens in real life, which one do we like? We don't believe the reality of the stats. We also don't believe the victim as they say what happened. What are we left to believe? But only just the guy that potentially committed the assault. There's nothing left to go off of. I'm still not sure how we're making heads or tails of it. This hasn't been getting reported much at all because now, when you add it with, now she's the 16th woman. When you add it with the other 15 women, she's the 17th. With the other 16 women, now suddenly it's like, oh, this just keeps happening.
Yeah.
At what point do we see the numbers and say, hey, this is really something? Or do we say, oh, the numbers are so high, it must be fake? It's just an arbitrary way to just go about it. You're willing to believe one person over the other just because of who they are and what they keep saying is happening.
And yeah, so they have a perfect defense where if it's just one or two women, well then that's not a pattern. It could just be one or two psycho randos. If it gets to be 10, 15, 20, well then it's just people coming out of the woodwork because it's a pattern. There's no point where it becomes credible to some people.
She continued to work on the campaign. It must not have actually happened. Oh, what if she quit? Oh, she's a disgruntled employee. She must have been mad about something. There's always an excuse.
And we don't know for sure. She says that she told people contemporaneously. There are others who are continued Trump loyalists, so bear that in mind, who say that they were there and it didn't happen. We're just putting out what she is saying. And I will say to what you said about the reporting, let's jump ahead to coverage of her accusation. CNN talked about it in the initial period after it came out, 0 minutes. Fox News talked about it for slightly less than 1 minute. And MSNBC did 25 minutes. I believe more than half of that was a Chris Hayes segment on the topic. So this is an accusation of sexual assault by the sitting president when he was a candidate for president. And there's a number of different reasons this might not be reporting. I don't like any of them. One is that crimes by the president are so normalized at this point that we don't even care. Two is that we're so distracted by other scandals. Maybe it was that he said that he fell in love with the dictator of North Korea. Maybe that distracted people. Or third, it's because unlike the vast majority of the others, she is an African-American accuser. Perhaps that's why it didn't merit any coverage by the mainstream media.
They're worried about the reaction, yes, because if the reaction comes about who this now lady is, I looked at it a little bit because I was speculating what the rejections of her story would be. It was, she's way too ugly, which
Donald Trump has given
as that from.
Yeah,
exactly. She's way too ugly. She was continuing to work from, look at all the options he had. It continues on. And also, I think many of the media coverage, maybe even saying it, was worried about what the reaction would be from the White House. We saw the way CNN has hired certain folks to avoid, potentially, we don't know the full reason, but to avoid any more of the wrath from the White House about how they're fake news and they're continuously against the president. It works to dampen the story. So you don't talk about it because you don't want to get that pushback anymore.
Yeah, maybe they're scared. I don't like that explanation either. Thank you very much for watching this clip from the Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.